Hey everybody, thanks for clicking in and coming back to the channel, checking out some new SCX24 updates I've got on the 4x4x4 wheel steer C10 and fancy little shock upgrade there on the Deadbolt I'd like to share with you. So let's get right into her, guys. So I've been asked to do a little video on this. I've done the one before, so those of you that have seen it, you know. I have updated the tires. These have small foam in the back from a smaller tire like a Rock Creeper. Softens them up, keeps them supple, but enough sidewall that you're not going to roll if you get into side hilling. And then this one is just the stock RC4 wheel drive foam that came in the tire, the Splinter or the Scramblers. So my C10, which is actually a Deadbolt chassis that has been stretched out and has a 4-link front end conversion as well as a 4-wheel steer conversion. It's pretty simple, really. Got the 9-gram diff weights, 8-gram 8-gram hot racing knuckles, and 10-gram power hobby knuckles. Took me a second to remember that because it was different. When I got them, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So then I just did your extension in the front end. Those are some of the spare parts that come with any of the SCX24s. And I just put them in the front. They're rear ones. I had to modify the drive shaft a little bit, just shorten it. And we got the Emax servos in there. I'm still waiting on trays, proper servo mount trays, but just the longer bolts do fine too, guys. I haven't had any issues whatsoever with the servo moving or anything. So, and then the rear, all I did was take out the stock rear end, stock rear axle, and I bought a replacement front axle with servo tray and stuck her in there. Again, not the proper servo tray for the Emax servo, but longer bolts works perfectly fine. Stock steering links on these ones, but I did tighten them up with the plastic pieces you typically get out of these. They're like a little ball. They were on the rear of this thing when I did the 4-link. They were right there in these links, and I took them off and put the ball, metal ball that comes in your stock shocks on there. Put that on there and utilize those plastic pieces on the steering links to tighten them up. I do have hot racing links on a few of the other trucks. I just I didn't really want to go that route with this thing. I kind of wanted to see how it would work first. I'm sure I will, but as of yet, we'll just stay there. So that's it. The rear steer is just hooked up through the auxiliary right there. And to utilize that, you just use the 3rd channel on your remote. Channel 3. That easy, guys. Just that easy. let's actually turn it on. This is the remote, and I have it labeled, as you can see, left, right. Makes it a little bit easier for me because I'm old, senile. Just to give you guys a little demonstration quick. Steers fine. Now that servo stays engaged until you go back to neutral. You can probably hear that. It's pretty cool. Gets me out of a couple situations that the four-wheel steer will not get you out of. So I've been lucky so far. It's good to have it. The extended wheelbase is a huge help, and then those tires are just massive. So that's a C10 update. Nothing else really. And then we'll go to the Deadbolt. Now I gotta tell you guys, I've done an awful lot of mods on these things since I got them. And this is by far my favorite mod. Now I prefer the crawl aspect of these things, not so much the scale, so keep that in mind, because these kinetic shocks that I just got not too long ago are not scale, but are absolutely amazing, guys. I love these things. I'm running full droop. They came with long springs I didn't much care for. They had two different options, a soft spring and then a medium spring. But honestly, I was just so much happier, and still am, at full droop. Like, it's insane what this thing will twist up to. It's crazy. I love it. I just love it. Come on, right? So, yeah, like, I mean, if you're addicted to the crawler aspect of these SCX24s, you have to get some of these kinetic double barrel shocks. KMS, they are fantastic. So much fun. Like, this thing goes almost anywhere, guys. I've got small foams in both front and rear on this, as well as it's running the 10-tooth Savox servo gear, pinion gear, and gives me an awful lot of torque. It works quite well. I did do a little bit of CG stuff here, and, you know, decased the receiver, lowered it down, put the battery up front, blah, 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 blah. And I gotta tell you, this thing crawls phenomenally, for sure. The competition rig is what I call it. So yeah, I absolutely had to share that with you guys. That's so fantastic. If you're into crawling, these SCX24s, kinetic KMS double barrel, is the way to go. I'm telling you. Too much fun, guys. Too much fun. All right, well, thanks very much for coming back, checking it out. If you haven't seen any of my other SCX24 videos, be sure to go on over there and check them out. And if you're into the bigger scale beating, I like to bash 5th scale RCs at skate parks typically. Stupid, I know, but it's fun. So I've got some videos over there. Creighton 8S doing some jumps, and the X-Max. So if that's what you're into, guys, stick around. Plenty more to come. I just picked up a new Max, as you may have seen in my other videos. So yeah, it's going to be a good year of bashing. Well, thanks for coming. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the bell.